So we have created our first graph or first plot. Uh, so similarly, we can create even the complex and animated graphs also. But before we dig deep into the Matplotlib and related concepts, so what we will do is we will explore the each and every fundamental concept of graph, or we will understand the each and every component of a graph or plot, then related concepts of matplotlib. Once this understanding is clear, then we will move ahead with the main concepts of matplotlib. Okay, so let's reverse engineer parts of a figure, components of a figure. Let's reverse engineer each and every component of a figure. So in our reverse engineering, any graph or a plot begins with an horizontal axis. In normal way we call it as x-axis. The method we use it from the method that we use it from matplotlib is called x-axis. So let me show that. Let's get into our, so now I'll say reverse engineering. Yeah, fine. So now let me take ax dot and tab, and there are a lot of methods, and you see x-axis, and if I click on x-axis, and this is how it works. Okay, similarly you can have a y-axis also. These are methods for the respective concepts. Okay, first let's see the components one by one. So this is, we call it as x-axis. Okay, and on other side, the vertical line, just imagine this as uh, a front view of two-dimensional plane. A front view of two-dimensional plane. You see, you have a two-dimensional plane and you are looking from front. Okay, so it's like a 3D object. You have a 3D object, and in a 3D object you are looking from front at that plane. You are taking only one plane, a two-dimensional plane. So in the two-dimensional plane, so one is horizontal and another one is vertical. So the vertical axis we call it as a y-axis. Y-axis. So then, so each and every axis will be subdivided into different 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 levels or layers. Okay, that's what we'll see. But before that, the end of the each plot, the last line of each plot is known as a spine. This is called a spine, the yellow line. Clear? Now, as usual, as I was telling, so the total x-axis will be subdivided into several parts, and then so it will be subdivided into major parts. So the major parts is designated with the tick marks. Those tick marks are called major tick labels. You see that this is one x-axis. On the x-axis it has been marked with major ticks, and these are called major tick label or major tick label. And then on the right side you have a spine, as we have discussed earlier. And similarly, this major tick marks or major parts, major uh, components will be subdivided into minor tick marks, will be subdivided into minor parts, and each part will be designated with the minor tick mark. You see that these ones, the light blue color or minor tick marks, and the dark black is a major tick label. Okay, minor, major, minor, major. So now how it works in our case, so in actual case it goes like this. One, these are all major. 1.0, 1.5, 2.0, 2.5, 3.0, 3.5, 4.0. So these are all major tick marks. These are all major tick marks. And this 1 to 1.5 will be further subdivided into different number of parts, and then that parts will be marked with the ticks, and that's called a minor tick marks. So normally what happens in a normal scale, you'll have a 0 to, oh, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and the major tick labels are in centimeters, and then minor tick labels will be in millimeters. So this one, for example, if you take it from 0 to major tick label 1 centimeter, and here in between you will have a 1 mm, 2 mm, 3 mm, 4 mm till 10 mm. So 1 centimeter would be equal to 10 mm, and it goes on. Okay. And similarly, you will have a minor tick mark as we have discussed, and you will have a labels, minor tick label. So for example, if you take the first 1 centimeter, so here 1, 2, 3, like point 1, point 2, point 3, this will be labels. These are called minor tick labels, whereas the major one is 1 centimeter, that's called major tick label. Okay, these are called directly, these ticks are called minor ticks, and these ticks are called major ticks, whereas the labels below that, let me show the label now. So the label, this is 1.0, is called major tick label on x-axis, and 1.0, sorry, 1.5 on y-axis is called major tick label on y-axis. Okay, so I hope it's clear. So similarly, the same will be applicable to the y-axis also. So for y-axis, again, you'll have a minor tick label, again 1 mm, 2 mm, 3 mm, 4 mm till 10 mm, and then when it reaches to 10 mm, then you will get the major tick label saying 1 centimeter. This is one type of scale. It is a centimeter scale. If it is meter scale, it would be different way. If it is inch, if it is the measurement is in inch, it would be in a different way. But that's how things work. A major tick, and this is called a major tick, and this is called a, sorry, this is called major. Again, one more time, I'm sorry. This one is called as a minor tick, and this dark black is called as a major tick. Simple. Okay, let's move ahead. So then x-axis will be labeled with what type of data that x-axis is carrying, what type of data that x-axis is carrying. Based on that, we will label the x-axis. That's called the x-axis label. If it is a time series data, the date would be the x-axis label. If it is months, the months will be the, if it is years, the years will be the x-axis label. If it is countries names, the countries names will be x-axis label. If it is pupil employees code, then employees code will be x-axis label. This is what we call as x-axis label. Similarly, we'll have a y-axis label. Normally the continuous variables will be on y-axis, and the categorical, normally this is not a hard and fast rule. This is a normal way of following. Okay, other than time series data, remaining times categories will put it in x-axis, and then continuous variables will put it on y-axis. Basically, number of sales and profit, how many units has been sold. Okay, how many employees has been uh, how many employees has been working with my company, how many employees has left the company. It's like employees data. If it is YouTube data, subscribers, let me, if you want, I'll show you some live analytics so that you will have more clarity. So let me come to the YouTube channel. So here it is, you can see that a graph. So this is what we call it as a time series data. So this is content type. So I'll directly come to the content one. This is a multi line data, so I don't want to show or complicate the things. Let's go with this one. So what we have here is on x-axis is time series data. So this is a date, Feb 14, Feb 5. Here we'll have a 16, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 till we have till March 13. Okay, till that we have the data from uh, 14 till March 13. That's what this graph is representing. So now on x-axis you have these are all major tick marks and minor are not shown here. It's not that important. So here we can change whether it is monthly or yearly. That's okay. We'll keep it daily. Now that's fine. So this is called, now here we will have a label. What kind of data it's showing? It's daily, it's days, or it's a days or date. Date is our x-axis label. Okay, it's date is our x-axis label. And in y-axis what we have? We have a continuous variable. What is that? The matrix is content type. So videos, how many videos were there? How many videos? 10, 0, 165 by that day, but that time, and it's 376. Okay, so that's what. And here if I put to the, these are called views. Watch views, how many views we got at specific day. So I'll change it to watch hours. Now the metrics will be changed to the watch hours, and then on y-axis we will have, okay, it's gonna take some time because it's a new parameter. It has to fetch data from database, and then it has to be done calculation, and after the calculation is done it has to reflect on front end. So these many, okay, data is still processing. Please check back later. It's gonna take some time, so I'll get back to the views. It will be simple. So views on y-axis, what is the y-axis label? Y-axis label is views, number of views. Okay, and here clearly we can see how my views are, the pattern of views from Feb 14 till March 13. Clear? Okay, done. So then what's the next uh, part we are going to check? So next thing what we have is markers. These are all called markers. If you use a scatter plot, we use a marker. What this marker represent? It represent a point of both the coordinates, x-axis as well as y-axis. For example, if you take this point, this is, if you take 0, 0, and then origin, this is origin, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. If you take 4, it's a 4 comma 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this marker is marked at a place where the coordinates are 4 comma 10. So that's what a marker is. Marker is marking a place, or marking a place on your workspace in your figure. Clear? So then you have a line. When you join all these markers together, what we get is a line. So, what we get is line. So now let me show the line. Here is one example. So for example, let me take one point. So what's this point? The point is on x-axis, the x value is Feb 26, 2023 is the x value. And what's the y value? Y value is 140. It's somewhere here. Okay. That's what 140. When it comes to this place, the x-axis is March 5, but the y value is 376. That's what the coordinates. And this point is March 5, comma 2023, comma 376. That's what the x comma y of this. Basically, what we are doing is we are marking the points on the workspace of this figure. So once the marking is done, now you have to join this each marker to get a line. That's how, after marking each points in this space, in this workspace, they got a line. This line basically explains and expounds some amount of patterns regarding the activities, or regarding the parameters that we want to explore. And this is what we call it as a line. And after that we have grids. And as usual, grids, everybody knows about the grids. So a grid is made up of one horizontal a grid is made up of an horizontal line and then vertical lines when they meet together. And here you can see, and the most important one is a legend. So legend, so if we are using different colors, if you have a different number of lines, and all those information will be mentioned on the legend. So okay, this orange line belongs to sales of Volvo cars. This yellow line represents sales of Volvo excavators, and the green line represents the sales of Volvo buses. That's how a legend conveys and communicates the important information such as colors and whatever the complicated things that you are doing in your workspace with either with colors or with the figures or with the shapes. Then we have the title of the figure itself. So if you do not have the title, how can you identify? So to identify that figure, we put a title. So then, and finally, the whole, after adding lot of components together, after fitting a lot of components together and making a relative motion, what we got is called a machine. In software terminology, this machine is called a figure or a plot or a graph.